Okay, first we are gonna talk about how to make the balcony canopy and railing. To begin with, we want to copy one floor to another layer, let's say 12 feet, and then set 4 points which represent the 4 grids on the facade. Set the first floor and create 2 points, and then just copy this 2 points to the second level, and add another, let's say, influential point to make all these 5 points adaptive. The next step is to make the distance between point 2 and point 4 and make this distance as a parameter, let's say D. This parameter is gonna be used for many times later. And then we want to create an offset point from the point 2. Set the right working plane. And move this point out a little bit. Set the offset distance as the parameter, let's say D4. Okay. And then we go to family types, and then in the formula we want to create a direct ratio relationship between D and D4. Okay, now these 2 distances are connected. You may want to adjust it to see if it's working. Seems great. Okay, we want to change the direction, so okay, then we try to rotate the line between point 3 and point 4. The first thing we want to do is to also make the distance as a parameter. Adjust it. Then we create a point based on the work plan of point 4. And then create another offset points based on this new point. You can change the rotation angle of this point to check the relationship. Seems they are already connected, so we go back. And now the logic is that as long as you make the offsets parameter let's say D4 the same as the distance between point 3 and point 4, it seems like the line between point 3 and point 4 is being rotated. So now these 2 distances are identical. We adjust the point 3, and it seems it's connected. And then we want to create a direct ratio relationship between perimeter D and the rotation angle. Let's check it. Okay, seems great. And then after all of this, we just use some reference lines to create the form we want. Line based on points, and then form based on lines. Okay, so the last thing is to adjust the influential point to see if everything is connected. Okay, then we try to create the railing above the canopy. The logic is quite simple, just to create 3 points based on the existing 3 points. And then set an offset distance. The second point, do the same thing. Make sure that you set the right working plan. And set the same offset distance. And then the third point, use tab to shift between different working plans. The same distance. Okay. So then, as we have done before, just use reference lines to create the framework, and then use the framework to create forms. Selected all these lines. Okay, we have finished. The last thing is still adjusting the influential point. And it seems that everything is connected. Good. So that's all.
Okay, now we're going to redesign Stair 2 in Revit to follow our concept, which is making steps horizontally plane in various directions. So now we are making four points into 2 levels, and to make them adaptive. And we need to build points on adaptive point 3 and adaptive point 4 that hosted by them and have like controlled offset distance that could make sure the step horizontally plane. So now we're just offsetting these points from point 3 and 4. And now the distance is not controlled, but is already hosted. And now to connect these points, to make the line reference, each two of them. Yeah, to make every line reference, that we could reset the work plan from each one of them, which is easier. And now we have the basic frame of the stair, one single step. But while the point, the two black point, is not controlled by a certain distance, so now we need to make these 4 adept points vertical on placement that tell the family orientation of in what way the steps should be located. And now we need to know the distance vertically between point A and point 3. So we just select a vertical work plan and then measure between them and set a parameter called height number 1, make it instant and reporting, which is like flexible, not fixed. And we need to set another parameter on the offset distance called offset down number 1, also make it instant. So now this point should be added on that parameter. Well, to make sure the point is hosted by the point 3. And now the point is really hosted by point 3. And we need to modify the distance equal with minus height number 1, which is offset down from the point 3. And now we should do the same to point 4. Set the height number 2, make it instance and reporting. And to make the offset down parameter, offset down 2 instance. Then we need to modify that to equals to minus height number 2. Apply. So now it's completely horizontally plane. And to make a surface and actually make a volume between these 4 points to make a appropriate thickness of the staircase, like 3 inches, and also do the same between these 4 to 3 inches. Yeah, now we can load it into the project. And now we are building the edges of the staircase, which is also controlled by 4 points in 2 levels. And now we just make the connection between each 2 of them. That we want to make the curved edge, so we need to first know the middle point between these 2 points, then offset the middle point a little bit, and to redraw the line, actually the curve. So now we find the middle point, and select appropriate work plan, which is that way, and then redraw a point and offset it a little bit. Select these three, then connect. Also make a reference because we need to build a railings after. We need to know the we need to know the work plan on that curve. So now do the same to another side. Offset a little bit, then connect. And delete the original lines. Now we have the two edges, curved edges of the staircase. Now we need to divide these two curves and to adapt the staircase. Divide path. And the floor height is like 12 feet. So we just build like 24 stair steps, which is appropriate. And yeah. Drag the adaptive component into the project, and with the right order of the point 1, 2, 3, 4, and then repeat. Now we have the curved stair steps, and we are going to do the railings next. So we need to hide it, make it easier, and also these divisions. And we need to know the section of the railing, which is located on that work plan. Yeah, this one. And then draw a rectangle on it. And modify a little bit to appropriate scale, like 1 feet 6 inches wide and like 3 inches thick. And then select the curve and the rectangular to make form. And also we can like modify a little bit, drag, stretch to whatever we want to make it like more flexible. And do the same to the other side. Create form. Scale it a little bit to appropriate dimensions, then create form, modify it. And now we have the two railings, which is nice, and to show them all. Now we have the flexible curved stairs, which is also located and loaded into the final project. This is like the final effect. Yeah, that's it.